I just wanna sing you a song. Doesn't have to go anywhere. I just wanna sing you a song. Doesn't have to lead anywhere. I just wanna sing you a song. Doesn't have to make any sense. I just wanna sing you a song. Doesn't have to mean anything. I just wanna sing you a song. Doesn't have to lead anywhere. I just wanna sing you a song. Doesn't really mean anything. Let's stretch. Stretch it out, man. Good morning, everybody. Oh man, it is Monday, January 25th, 2021, man. Hope you've all been doing well. Hope you're all safe and sound. So glad you made it, bro. It's Monday. Hope everybody's doing well, guys. Let's kick it off, man. I've been having a great weekend, and let's recap. Let me just get a sip of this for a second. Man, oh man. What a great... Man, so many things went down. Where do I want to begin? Let's just move in order. Let's just move in sequence of things. Let's start with Thursday evening. I decided to make a new dish, you guys. Oh man, your boy fucked with shrimp scampi, bro. Shrimp scampi. I've never made it before. I'm a huge pasta lover. I love my steak and pasta and like different sauces and stuff, but this time, like, let's spice it up. Have a little bit of seafood in there, mix it up, learn a new recipe. You know what I'm saying? Oh, bro. I was having company, right? Decided to make a nice dish, and I'll give you the ingredients. So if you guys are not cooking, man, if you don't know how to cook, learn to cook, man. And I remember, like, I love to eat. I know it doesn't show, but I love to eat. I'm a big foodie. And yeah, man, I remember the first, like, must have been around 6 or 7 when I started, like, fry my own eggs and stuff, if I'm not mistaken. Ever since then, just been adding a little bit, like, this, that, and the other. You learn a couple of dishes here. It's nice, dude. Learn to cook if you don't know how to cook. Men and women, everybody should know how to cook. Like, I've heard this before. People are like, I don't know how to cook. What are you talking? Do you not like to eat? Man, learn to cook if you don't know. But I'll just tell you my recipe now. This is the type of cooking. I'm an experimental type of cooker, just like anything else that I do. I don't go straight, but I'll look at the recipe, skim through it briefly, then I'll mix it up myself in the kitchen, right? And that's the way it should be. You get a little bit of practice. You mess up a few dishes whenever you start trying, and whatever, you get the hang of it. But for the first time, it was really good. So this is what you need if you're going to make shrimp scampi. Okay, you're going to need linguine. You are going to need some garlic. You will also need some, you could either use chicken broth or white wine. Now I used chicken broth. You're also going to need shrimp. You're also going to need a little bit of salt and pepper. You're going to need butter, and that seems to be it. So this is what you need to do. You're going to get about, maybe, I don't know, just eyeball that shit, about this much of butter. Toss it in your frying pan. You also want to have a pot of hot boiling water going, ready for your linguine, okay? You're going to start to melt the butter in the pan, and yeah, toss in your minced garlic. You want to get it nice and minced. Fucking go to town with that shit. Get it nice and tiny. Toss in the garlic, and you want to fry that bad boy for about 2 to 3 minutes. You want to make sure it's like golden. You want to make sure it's a little bit white, a little bit golden, not too dark, because you don't want it to get brown. For me anyway, I don't know, you try your own. You don't want it to get too burnt when you were going to add the shrimp. So do that for like 2-3 minutes. Add your shrimp. Stir fry that bad boy for a couple of minutes. You don't need to cook shrimp for that long, guys, so don't overcook your shrimp. Few minutes, just, you know, toss it around in there, get it like glazed with the butter and the garlic. It's going to start to smell really nice. Sprinkle a little bit of that pepper. Don't add salt yet, and I don't even use too much salt in my cooking. I always leave it till like the last moment. So, and I'll tell you why, because I don't want the meat to get like hardened. But get that shrimp mixed with the garlic and the butter, and then you want to add about half a cup. Again, you can use white wine or chicken broth. I use chicken broth. That's all I had. About a cup of chicken broth. And by this time, you should turn up the heat all the way to maximum, dude. Maximum heat. Twist it up. Turn it up. You know what I'm saying? Turn it up. Get it to get a little bit, you want the water to evaporate. You want it to get a little bit creamy. Stir that bad boy consistently. And by this time, your pot of hot water should be boiling. So put in your linguine. You want to put your linguine in the hot water, boiling water, for about 8 minutes. Add a little pinch of salt, a little bit of oil, just so it doesn't stick. And yeah, get that going for about 8 to 10 minutes. Meanwhile, you're stirring that pot with the shrimp. Oh, and also you're going to need parsley, dude. Fresh parsley. I almost forgot one of the most delicious ingredients to this bad boy. You want to get a nice bunch of parsley, Italian parsley or regular parsley, it doesn't matter, but you're going to have to, again, mince that nice and fine, do it fine, okay? Do a fine job. It's the little things that count. Also add that in with the mix. Yeah, so you got at this point you should have in your little frying pan, again, garlic, shrimp, minced parsley, butter, and chicken broth. So get that going, and by the time that it starts to evaporate, when there's a little bit of, I guess it'll be thicker, it'll definitely be more creamy. At that point, when 8 to 10 minutes has gone by, you want to drain your pasta, pour a little bit of cold water on top of it so they don't stick, and then go ahead and drain the water from the pasta, dump the pasta right on top of the mix that you've got going on. Give it a good stir, let it sit on the oven for a little while, a couple of minutes, nice and thick, and boom, that's it, man. Pull it out, and this is when I apply the salt, you guys, because it just adds a little bit of flavor and it doesn't make the meat go too hard, and it tastes wonderful. Now, a mistake that not a mistake, it's just a little thing that I'd like to add next time that I'm cooking this dish. I forgot to pick up Parmesan cheese, dude. Parmesan cheese sprinkle on top of that bad boy would have been, the reviews that I got were decent, and I was, for a first time, it was good. I think I did a decent job, but next time I want to add a little bit of Parmesan cheese to that bad boy, and yeah, man, just live the good life. You gotta eat healthy, you gotta take care of the bod, and treat yourself. Mind you, I don't always cook like that. I did have company, so it's just nice to cook for other people and take care of people, and it's like, I get that whenever I go over to my friend's house or whoever else I'm having get together, you cook for each other, you take care of each other, and it's just sharing love, man, is what it is. So I just hope you guys take that dish. It doesn't take more than half an hour to prep, okay? Do it up, enjoy love, and yeah, man, eat something delicious and healthy. Man, so that was Thursday. Friday, honestly, I just felt like the battery levels were going down a little bit. I was looking forward to the weekend to get rejuvenated, but come Saturday, I was, I had another chance to prep a second version of the dish, just, made it a little bit better by, I think the first time I added a little bit too much butter. So this is all, I guess, just eyeball that shit. This is how much you'd need, okay? The top portion of my hand, that's about how much butter you'll need. First time, maybe I used about this much, which was a little bit too oily, but whatever, it is what it is. You get a little fat. On Saturday evening, I was planning on watching the UFC fight, McGregor versus Poirier. I didn't get a chance to watch it because, again, I had my own things going on. And yeah, man, I watched the highlights. Congratulations to Dustin, dude. Congratulations. What a great fight. I did watch the highlights, and fuck, man, what a great fight. And next time I'll try to catch the whole match. What I'd like to see, I know, it's I was rooting for Conor. Like I said, I didn't even watch the match, but I was rooting for Conor, and you know what it is, man? I watched a couple of the post-fight interviews, and it's can the interviewers, the sports journalists, come up with a little bit, I don't know, better questions, you guys? The guy just, rolled off the mat, he just, whatever, and whoever it is, it doesn't matter, the questions you guys ask, what's your next step? Bro, he just fought right now. He just, they both exchanged blows. They just, beat the shit out of each other. What do you mean, what's his next step? He's gonna relax. Let the man relax. So you keep asking him in different ways. What's your next step, Conor? fucking let the man go home, be with his wife and family. He'll regroup, he'll decide what's next. And that goes for every other fighter. It's like, the second, it's not even like, that's the thing with life. Enjoy it. You just watched a beautiful match. Congratulations to Dustin, man, what a warrior. And yeah, man, let the man like recoup. Everybody, like, whether you win or lose, start like let people let each other enjoy the present. You know, Dustin just won a match. Let the man enjoy. What's your next step? Enjoy the moment for a little tiny period at least. They've been working up for it, you know. So it's just, I don't know, come up with different questions. Because you ask that question in just different forms, and the guy's got to say, I literally don't know. I literally don't know. Literally don't know, man. I just, like, let me just, you know, go home, be with and I'll decide what I want to do. And it makes sense. What do you want the guy to say? Like, yeah, I'm ready to fight right now, give it, like, or no, I'm retiring right now. Like, let the man breathe for a second. He doesn't know. He needs a little bit of time. Goes for everybody across the board, whether you're winning or losing. It's just like, we want everything immediately, right back, you know, back to back. Give the man some space. And again, congratulations to Dustin, man. I can't wait for more fights. I can't. The UFC's fucking exciting. I'll watch most of the fights if I get a chance. Sometimes I miss some here and there, and I'll have to watch the highlights. Just, I don't know. I don't have any skills myself or anything, but I'm just I've always said this, man. I'm a huge sports fan. And I love that. I love what they bring to the table, each individual, you know, and different styles of fighting. It's really cool. Really cool shit. Moving on, man. Moving on. Hope you guys watched it. I don't know. What did you guys think? Did you guys like what you see? I think, you know what? Conor's got strong hands, obviously. I think, who am I to say? Like, I'm not a fucking expert. But again, like, the kicks, man, and the takedowns, those were interesting. Very good job. Like, Dustin, very good job. Oh, man, oh, man. What else do I want to talk to you guys about? Okay. Just interesting shit that kind of, you know, I'll be reading the news, and anything interesting that pops up I'll discuss with you guys. So last week, towards the end of the week, I think I was reading a headline, and I read the article briefly, but it's like Google threatening to stop their service in Australia. Man, that's not information. This is information, mate. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I mean, due to whatever reason, imagine like Google just like decides to stop services in Canada or like the US or any other. I know some countries they don't have it, but that's what it is, man. We live in the age of like technology and information, and it's so weird. Like, where do you get your information? I'm a Google guy. I don't go to any other like search engines. Who goes to any like? I mean, sure, there's DuckDuckGo or something. I don't even know. Is that a thing anymore? Is it still a thing? I don't know. But we do need, I guess what I'm trying to get to is I hope that we come up with different, I guess we do need different proper search engines. I mean, everything's coming off Google. Like, that's the thing. You ask anybody, it's just your resource is essentially Google. It doesn't matter whether it's whether you're just reading some random article or whether it's a newspaper article or a scholarly. Everything is channeled through Google, which is kind of cool. I mean, there's a ton of information out there, but at the same time, I wonder if there were like competitors, like legit competitors. If you were to search something, would you end up getting different results? And it'd be nice to maybe have different results. Just it's so hard to find truth these days. That's all I'm trying to say. But it was interesting. I mean, yeah. What do you guys think about that? Imagine like Google just decides to pull their service out of, you know, whatever. It's weird. It's a little bit weird. Man, oh man. What else did I want to talk to you guys about? Oh, you know what has been on my mind for a little while, you guys? I mean, nobody really even talks about this anymore. Remember how before COVID there was a huge protest going down in like Hong Kong? Yeah, man, nobody ever like talks about that, or if they do, it's so hush-hush and it's just been like swept under the rug. Man, China really took over with that shit, eh? Just like came in, sprinkled a little bit of that. What I can only assume is now it's a bioengineered disease that we're dealing with. I'm no scientist, but you got scientists claiming this shit, man. So it's like, I don't buy the whole thing that it came from a fucking bat, dude. I don't buy that shit. It definitely seemed, maybe it originated from an animal, but it's definitely, from what I've been reading, and different scientists coming out, it seems like it's just been manipulated in some way, genetically modified or whatever the fuck. Because it's just like, yeah, it's very adaptive, it's very versatile, it has different strength. It doesn't seem like it's just this thing that popped out of nature on its own. You know what I'm saying? Peeps be eating all sorts of animals for centuries, for thousands of years. And sure, we do get sicknesses from food poisoning and stuff, but something like this doesn't seem like it just came from an animal. And you want to blame it on blame it on the bat. Sure, everybody, yeah, blame it on the bat. Okay, all right. But the thing that I'm trying to say is that, man, you know, it's, I love my life, dude. I love my life. I try to be present, enjoy everything. Don't let too much impact, like, I don't let the outside world impact me too much, but it does impact me because I am an emotional person to a certain extent. I can't even help it. But I just like to be in control of my emotions, be at peace with myself. You know what I'm saying? So even though I may go through challenging times or whatever, but I take those challenges with a smile on my face, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's just an opportunity to make the world better, to make ourselves better. So China's been doing some sketchy shit, dude. I'm just saying. And not to, like, this is the, like, when I talk about this kind of stuff, I always want you to guys remember, I love everybody, dude. Especially being a Canadian, you just learn to love everybody. Like, I love my Chinese Canadians, dude, and I love Chinese people. When I say, like, China, I'm specifically talking, whenever I discuss a country or a region, and if I'm like shitting on them a little bit, it's mostly the governments, guys, just because I love people, man. They're no, like, people mostly, if you've had a chance to travel everywhere, they're really nice people. You do have assholes everywhere too, but most of the time when I'm being critical of shit, it's the governments, not the fucking peeps. You know what I'm saying? So Chinese people are really cool. The fucking government doing some sketchy shit, bruh. And yeah, man, took over Hong Kong. Those fucking protests got swept under the rug. Nobody's talking about it anymore. And for some time now, what's more interesting, you guys, is that China is one of the countries that is now using AI, dude, artificial intelligence and facial recognition, to basically hand out a social credit system, if you will. So they would use artificial intelligence and technology. Let's say they could use these glasses, they'd wear the glasses, and they'd be able to identify you, and your info would be, I guess, in some sort of a database. And you know what, this is some fucked up shit, you guys. We need to be talking more about this because it's a very slippery slope, man. And this is the time, you guys, if we want to be making adjustments or if we want to be growing from our mistakes. The technology is good, it's just how we use it, right? The thing is, I don't mind AI, but what are we using it for? You know what I'm saying? If you're using it in a society to give people points and credits, that could be very, very scary. And it already is, guys, because imagine, like, you know, you're always going to have a difference of opinion amongst the public, you know, and everyday folks, even within your families, even with yourself, you have a difference of opinions. You catch yourself, you know, saying something and you're like, oh shit, maybe I'm being a little bit hypocritical there, or oh shit, maybe I'm being too judgmental here, or whatever. You have all these back and forths. Our ideas change, our beliefs change, but imagine there was the, like, set of rigid rules that dictate to you're supposed to only behave this way, only talk that way, only think these things. And if you were to step outside of that, you would get penalized. And it's happening, man. It's happening. Imagine, like, whatever. Like, you walk down the street, you spit out your gum. You're not supposed to really do that. It's not good for the envi. But whatever, man. It is what it is. Let's say you do that. You get a demerit point. Let's say you cuss. You get a demerit point. Let's say you accidentally run a red light, you get a demerit. Like, everything's gonna become very much in terms of our freedoms are gonna be really restricted if that shit starts to, you know, be used in other places too. And that's the thing, man. We need to be really careful of this stuff. Like, I don't know, there should definitely be laws right now. I don't know if they're not already lawyers and judges working on these things too, because the thing that we do as humans, we advance in technology, but our modes of conduct in terms of, like, ethics and morals don't evolve at the same rate, right? So we just keep on putting out new tech, but we don't really know how to use it, and we always catch ourselves when we're like, oh shit, we're only in the infancy stages. We need to be talking about these things. It's very important, guys. You don't want anybody going around with that kind of technology, using it or abusing it rather, and I don't know what a safe way of using that tech is, because essentially it's just like more monitoring. And the thing with more monitoring, unfortunately, once like any government or any system, once you'll have a section of the population who will have ample amounts of wealth and amenities at their resources, so they can kind of find more loopholes of getting around with that kind of stuff. They wouldn't be, you know, whatever, if you're a multi-millionaire and you happen to spit or, you know, run a traffic light by accident, you can deal with that. It doesn't really, but like imagine it'll just really push the impoverished and marginalized people further out into the outskirts of society. So imagine you're struggling and your social credit score is low. You wouldn't be able to get loans. You wouldn't be able to maybe travel. You wouldn't be able to maybe go to restaurants. You wouldn't be able to. It would be very, very scary to go down that road. And I'm not the first one to be raising awareness. I'm not taking credit for any of this shit, guys. I just want to come in here, make a couple of jokes, make you guys laugh a little bit, make you guys think about a bunch of shit at different times. And this is the thing, man. Sometimes it'll be a hit or miss, but to be honest with you, I'm just, yeah, man, I'm just getting more comfortable in my own skin and doing my thing, whatever. There's so many different paths and so many, I'm trying to do me, and I'm really appreciative. I'm really appreciative of the opportunity. And like I said, I want to be helping people, and like this is a way of, I guess, me doing my little thing, right? Making a couple of jokes, raising a little bit of awareness here and there. But that whole like high-tech glasses with the facial scanners and the capability of being able to ID individuals and give them points and shit, or take away points, that's very scary. We should be really alarmed by this, and there should be international consensus on these things. We shouldn't just, every country shouldn't just be, you know, it's going to take us some time, guys. It's going to take us some time, but we need to get some sort of, because like what the fuck happens if you're just like traveling to China, dude? You know what I mean? Is my info going to go into your database somewhere? Like if I'm just like walking around in Beijing or whatever, like where is privacy? Like, and I know we give a lot of that stuff up with tech, but we do need to still remain somewhat autonomous. We do need to have some sort of agency and power over our own whereabouts, and to a certain extent that's gone. Like that's eliminated. If you carry a cell phone and a credit card, like, and you're online, dude, it's pretty much over in terms of like staying anonymous. But I do appreciate the security aspects. I definitely, if somebody's like fucking trying to conduct some terrorist activity, fucking shut that shit down, bro. But everyday folks, like I don't know, that's the thing. We need to draw the line somewhere. We need to discuss these things and advance our morals and ethics and rules of conduct, because it can't just be all willy-nilly, dude. Then you'd end up with these huge-ass corporations who put out the text, then they'll come out and mandate how they want to use their shit. But I don't know what the right answer is. I don't know. The thing is, when it gets to discussions like this, it comes to, do we keep things privatized or merge it with the government? And I think it should just be a combination of both. When necessary, I think governments should step in, but sometimes we should definitely be relying on the private sector to just take control and do things, and that's how we learn and grow together, man. It is what it is. Weird shit, dude. Fucking facial recognition, artificial intelligence. I mean, it's hard to be a pimp, man. For ladies and men, it's hard to be a pimp. You know what I'm saying? Fucking... What else did I want to talk to you guys? I mean, like, it's crazy, dude. Like, in terms of how much privacy we've given up collectively over the 10, 15 years, we're never going to get it back, but we do need to start voicing our opinions so it doesn't get worse than this. I mean, imagine you stepped out of your house and you were just, like, picked off by any camera and automatically they knew your whole life story. Excuse me. What gets tricky is with the advancement of that technology, if it keeps progressing, you know what down the line they might be able to do? They might be able to use all the metadata that they've collected on you throughout the years, on your cell phone searches, on your laptop searches, on your Visa card purchases, and use that also with the facial recognition. They can pretty much predict your behavior, and well, they already are. That's the thing. That's what we need to be, you know, careful about. To a certain degree, we are all being manipulated by, you know, large data companies that run on huge amounts of stats and pretty much pinpoint everything. And essentially they just want to be selling you a bunch of shit, right? They want to kind of monetize you as best as possible. And like I said, I'm a fan of capitalism, but ethical capitalism, dude. So I don't want to be walking down the street and all of a sudden every fucking store has my info and they figure a way out to like start endorsing their shit, and all of a sudden I'm going to be seeing ads of like, buy this shoe, buy that falafel, buy this hat, buy that thing. Like, enough. If I want to buy something, I want to fucking do it out of pure interest and desire. And I don't really, like, I'm not a big materialist person anyway. I like to, like, especially in these times, to get off. Like, stop trying to come after everybody's money without giving any value. And it's just like, it can't be a system of just like, you know, passive consumers is what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm still using I'm still using an iPhone. We're all using these smartphones, and part of, like, that's the thing. But I can't be too critical of certain things, because I know, like, at the end of the day, there's cobalt in this shit, and all our electronics. There are people mining that stuff so that we can have access to this. It's a whole imbalanced world, but we can make it a little bit better every day, and that's what I'm trying to do, man. Like, little by little, make myself a little bit better, and hopefully be, encouraging you guys to do the same. And it just takes a little bit of alteration every day, just 1 degree every day, 1 degree, 1 little degree every day. And gradually, man, you'll notice things will change. But we need to be aware of everything. And it doesn't mean that it's going to have to get you down. It doesn't mean that you're going to have to be... No, dude, it just means, again, like I've talked about this, everything's so-so. You know what I'm saying? Everything's just gooch, bruh. Everything's gooch, but we do need to be smart. And I'm learning, man. I'm learning every day, trying to, like, push myself. Like, yesterday, you know what I did? You guys, like, every day I've told you this. When I start my day, I will get up and do my half-an-hour workout. Like, yesterday was my chest day, so I did, again, 2 sets of push-ups, 50 repetitions. I did my 100 calf raises. I did 100 sit-ups, and I did 50 shoulder raises. And what I decided to do, because I'm like, you know what, I've been doing this, and I'm always active, I'm always on the go, but especially this year, because of the whole lockdowns, we're not allowed to really go out as much, and like, I do need more exercise. So yesterday, I'm like, you know what, starting yesterday, I'm gonna work out twice a day. And I've done this before, but I haven't made it a consistent pattern of actually hitting 2 workout sessions a day. I've got more time, I'm staying at home, and I do want to be active. So I'm like, I did that morning workout, but in the evening, I think it was around 5 or 6, I decided to just push myself, and I'm like, to be honest, I was aiming for 1,000 squats, and I didn't do the whole thing, but my aim is to actually incorporate, I want to do something extreme in terms of, like, challenging my body for a month, because I've spoken about this before. Like I said, I want to be reducing the number of cigarettes that I smoke, and I've cut it down to right now 10 a day, but in order for me to do better, I do need to be occupying my time doing more positive things to replenish that time period or energy that I've got, right? So I went down and basically I do body weight exercises, you guys. I did 300 repetitions of squats, and I did it in 3 sets of 100, and I'm going to just try to make it 400 today, 500 the next day, but eventually in this month, whatever, and you start whenever the fuck, I've lost track of all time. Time's got no more meaning. So starting yesterday, I just want to add that second consistent workout period in my day, and yeah, man, get a little bit stronger and healthier, reduce the cigs, drink more water, stay more healthy, and before you know it, man, spring and summer is going to be around, because I want to be in shape, I want to be moving around. I'm already in decent shape, relatively healthy, knock on wood, fingers crossed it stays that way, but I do need to be mindful of these things. Again, your body, you need to be taking care of it, and I'm aware of the fact that I'm little by little, here and there, I'm aging. Like a sign that tells me I'm aging, you guys, and this is kind of, whatever, it is what it is, man. I'll just fucking share it with you. We're family, man. There's no secrets here. You know how you're a man when you start sprouting little hair here and there that's not supposed to be there, you guys. And I hate it, but it is what it is, dude. Right now, I'm 31, and it's that age where I guess my body is starting to, like, I get like 5 fucking hair strands on my shoulder here, 5 fucking here, just fucking like, I don't know what it is, but right now I'm just like, you know what, learning to grow my body as I'm aging again, a little bit by little bit, you know? And speaking of hair and everything, so I'm just like, you know, I'm more about the grooming, so I take care of that stuff. You know, do the whole trimming downstairs, make sure everything's neat and tidy, but I do want to start growing a beard, dude. I do want to fucking start growing a beard because at one point I'm like, you know what, the best part of this job is that I'm my own fucking boss, bro. I just, you know, I call the fucking shots, and that's the beauty of it. I'm like, why am I not taking advantage of this? Because every other setting, every other work that I've had to always come in like nice and like fucking cleaned up. And not that this is not cleaned up or anything, but I've got this, it's been built into me too, especially a little bit of it was like parental. My dad always used to shave, my grandpa always used to shave. The longest I've ever fucked with a beard was probably about an inch maybe. It was a while ago, it was a long time ago. Kept it for maybe a month and then shaved it off, couldn't take it anymore. But I'm just like, whatever, dude. It is what it is. I'm just gonna grow a beard, see what happens. Gives me more time to concentrate on more important things anyway. You know what I'm saying? Wasting a lot of time shaving. Fuck it. My shaving is only gonna take now like 10 seconds, literally. Second per hair on the shoulders, 5 here, 5 there. I'm done shaving, bro. That's a man's life. I don't. These are my problems these days. You know what I'm saying? Fucking grow a couple of strands up top. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it growing on the fucking shoulders, bro? What's up with that shit? Fuck. Nobody fucking preps you for that stuff when you're like 19 or 20. Oh yeah, 10 years down the line, you're gonna start to fucking grow hair on your shoulders, bro. Who knows where else it's gonna grow? Ugh, maybe 1 or 2 on the ear. A few fucking years or a decade. Nothing yet, thank God. But it's gonna come. It's gonna. You've seen it. You've seen it. The older men get, you'll find fucking like you had a mole, all of a sudden it's gonna start to sprout a fucking couple of hairs out of it, just like blow in the wind. It's the life of a man. So I'm just adjusting, man, day by day. Man, it's Monday, you guys. I'm gonna keep it as is. I love you guys. Thank you for coming and checking out the videos, man. It's a blessing, you guys. It's a privilege. It's an honor. I really do appreciate each and every one of you guys, whether you're checking these videos out on Instagram or YouTube. Please go ahead and like it. Please go ahead and follow me. And little by little, man, things are moving along, and we're growing day by day, getting better and stronger. I want to wish you guys a lot of luck coming up in this week. Kick some butt, and I'm going to be seeing you guys very soon. Stay tuned, everybody. Peace out.